The primetime warning from President Biden. With the final votes in the midterms just 5 days away, he declared that American democracy is under attack, called out election deniers led by former President Trump. Chief White House correspondent Cecilia Vega starts us off. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hey, George, good morning to you. This is a speech President Biden has very much been wanting to give, laying out the stakes for what is coming up in these midterms. He says this is a struggle for the very soul of America and that democracy is on this ballot for everyone in this country. It was a midterm closing argument and an urgent warning about the future of democracy as we know it.
I know there's a lot at stake in these midterm elections, from our economy to the safety of our streets to our personal freedoms. But there's something else at stake: democracy itself.
Right out of the gate, President Biden started with a graphic description of the attack on Nancy Pelosi's husband, a personal friend.
It's hard to even say. After the assailant entered the home asking, "Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?"
The president saying there is no place for political intimidation or violence in this country.
This intimidation, this violence against Democrats, Republicans, and nonpartisan officials just doing their jobs are the consequence of lies told for power and profit.
A political speech delivered in a telling location, just blocks away from the U.S. Capitol that was under siege on January 6th. And President Biden not mincing words about who he blames for what he calls an assault on democracy, former President Trump.
He has abused his power and put the loyalty to himself before loyalty to the Constitution.
But the president making it clear he does not blame all Republicans.
The extreme MAGA element of the Republican Party, which is a minority of that party, but is this driving force. We can't ignore the impact this is having on our country. It's damaging, it's corrosive, and it's destructive. And I want to be very clear. This is not about me. It's about all of us.
And with nearly 300 candidates on ballots around the country who have denied or questioned the legitimacy of the 2020 election, President Biden says Americans should fear what could come next.
This is a path to chaos in America. It's unprecedented, it's unlawful, and it's un-American. As I've said before, you can't love your country only when you win.
Now, as Americans complete their early ballots and they head to the polls for Tuesday, the president issued one final plea. He said he asked them to consider whether the candidates they are choosing will accept the will of the people. The answer, President Biden said, should be decisive. And George, I do want to point out the RNC's response to this speech came out before the president even started delivering it. They said that this was desperate and dishonest.
And Cecilia, some Democrats question whether the president should have been focusing on this, given that so many voters are focused on the economy.
Yeah, George, the president is very well aware that voters are choosing this election based on the economy, election integrity, voter intimidation. That is not at the top of the list. But this is a speech he very much wanted to give, especially in the wake of that attack on his friend Paul Pelosi. He very much felt like this is now was the time to lay out the stakes for these midterms.
Okay, see. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.